Welcome to Velvet Screen Secrets, where every day I drop another story from the golden age, the secrets, the scandals, and the untold moments that made Hollywood unforgettable. If you love keeping those memories alive, hit that subscribe button. It costs nothing, but it truly means everything. Thank you for being here. Now let's dive in. At 80 years old, Tom Selleck is finally breaking his silence about the truth behind his bond with James Garner. And wow, this story hits deeper than anyone ever imagined. Tom Selleck, born Thomas William Selleck on January 29, 1945 in Detroit, Michigan, didn't grow up surrounded by glitz or glamour. Nope, he came from a hard-working, down-to-earth family that packed up and moved to Sherman Oaks, California, chasing a better life. The sunshine and palm trees were new, but Tom wasn't thinking about stardom or red carpets back then. His heart belonged to the basketball court. Basketball wasn't just a hobby, it was his whole world. For years, he believed that was his destiny, his big break. He landed a basketball scholarship at the University of Southern California, proudly playing for the USC Trojans while hustling through a business administration degree. At that time, acting wasn't even a passing thought. Hollywood wasn't calling yet. He was all about hard work, hoops, and hustle. No one, not even Tom himself, could have guessed how fast life was about to flip his entire future. Tom wasn't out there chasing auditions or dreaming about red carpets, not even close. But life loves to twist the plot when you least expect it. One day, a drama coach at USC looked him dead in the eye and said he was born for the spotlight. That one comment changed everything. Curious, Tom decided to give acting a shot. He signed up for a few acting classes, stepped in front of the camera, and before long, he was landing early commercial gigs, including those iconic Pepsi ads from the 1960s that people still remember. The moment those lights hit him, something clicked. He felt right at home. That easygoing charm, the tall frame, and that rugged face that would later define an entire TV era, it all made him stand out fast. He wasn't just another guy trying to make it big. Hollywood couldn't take its eyes off him. Still, even with all that potential, the early years weren't easy. It was a non-stop hustle, full of rejection, long days, and short paychecks. Through the late 1960s and 70s, Tom showed up everywhere, from the dating game to the Rockford Files, taking any gig he could find. They weren't big parts, but each one sharpened his craft and helped him build connections that would shape his future. And right in the middle of all that grind, something incredible happened. He met James Garner. This wasn't just another on-set friendship. Garner, already a respected star, saw something real in Tom, and instead of treating him just like another co-star, he took him under his wing. It was the kind of bond that would change Tom's career forever before the world caught on. Even as Tom's connections grew and his name started floating around Hollywood, he kept hitting wall after wall. Huge opportunities slipped right through his fingers, and some of them were moments that could have rewritten movie history. One of the wildest what-ifs ever? His audition for Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. George Lucas and Steven Spielberg were this close to handing him the whip and the fedora. They wanted him as Indy, but fate had other plans. Because of a scheduling conflict with the show that was about to explode his career, Tom had to turn it down. Imagine that, walking away from one of the biggest roles in Hollywood history. It stung, no doubt about it, but sometimes the universe plays the long game. In 1980, everything flipped when Tom scored the role that made him a global icon, Thomas Magnum, the smooth private investigator from Magnum P.I. With those bright Hawaiian shirts, the cherry red Ferrari, and that legendary mustache, Tom didn't just play cool, he defined it. He became the symbol of sharp style, confidence, and grown man swagger on TV, and Hollywood never looked the same again. When people talk about true classic TV heroes, Thomas Magnum stands right at the top. No debate, no argument. The show ran strong for 8 incredible seasons all through the 1980s, pulling in massive ratings and making Tom Selleck a household name. He didn't just earn fame, he snagged both an Emmy and a Golden Globe, proving he wasn't just a TV face, he was the real deal. But what made Magnum P.I. so special wasn't just the success, it was the heart that Tom poured into that character. Magnum wasn't your typical detective. He was funny, quick-witted, and real. He could drop a smart joke one minute, then hit you with deep emotion the next. Fans felt that connection instantly. He wasn't acting, he was living the role. Decades later, when someone says TV detective, people still picture him. That iconic Hawaiian shirt flapping in the island breeze, the slick Ferrari shining in the sun, and of course, that mustache that became a pop culture legend. And Tom, he wasn't about to get stuck in one lane. During the 1980s and 1990s, he jumped into films and showed everyone he could do way more than TV. One of his biggest hits, 3 Men and a Baby, became a total cultural moment, a movie that proved Tom could mix humor, charm, and heart effortlessly. He made people laugh, he made them care, and he made Hollywood see that he wasn't just Magnum, he was a star built for any screen. In 1987, Tom Selleck shocked everyone, fans, critics, everyone, by stepping straight into comedy. And he absolutely crushed it. The film turned into a massive box office smash, proving that Tom wasn't just the tough, action-packed leading man, he could make people laugh too. But Selleck wasn't stopping there, not a chance. He showed another side of himself in 1990 with the Western hit Quigley Down Under, and it was pure gold. That cowboy energy, it fit him perfectly, like he'd been born.
With his rugged charm, calm strength, and that signature screen presence, Tom looked right at home riding across the dusty frontier. Hollywood's cowboy legacy found a new face, and audiences couldn't get enough. These roles weren't just fun projects, they deepened his career. Tom proved he could handle it all, from comedy to heartfelt drama, sliding between laughter and tension like a total pro. And even as the years rolled on, he didn't fade away like so many stars do. Instead, he kept reinventing himself, choosing roles that matched his age, wisdom, and experience with perfect timing. Then came 2010, and boom, another career-defining moment. Tom stepped into the role of Frank Reagan on CBS's long-running hit Blue Bloods, playing the head of a New York law enforcement family. He brought real emotion, strength, and dignity to the part. Fans loved him, critics praised him, and the show became another cornerstone of his incredible legacy. Blue Bloods didn't just keep Tom relevant, it cemented him as one of TV's timeless legends. As one of TV's most enduring legends, Tom Selleck proved he could dominate the screen decades into his career. Talk about lasting power. But behind all that fame and success, his personal life carried stories that showed his real heart. From 1971 to 1982, Tom was married to Jacqueline Ray, a stunning model who made waves in the fashion world during the late 60s and early 1970s. Their marriage wasn't just a Hollywood romance, it was built on real commitment. One of Tom's most heartfelt moves came when he legally adopted Jacqueline's son, Kevin Shepard, born in 1966. That decision said everything about who Tom truly was: loyal, caring, and deeply protective of his family. Even with the chaos of Hollywood spinning around them, Tom worked hard to give Kevin a stable, loving home. As Tom's fame exploded, moving from bit parts to major stardom, Kevin grew up surrounded by cameras, music, and creativity. And while many Hollywood kids struggled to find their own path, Kevin carved one that was completely his own. By the 1990s, Kevin hit his stride as a professional drummer with the American rock band Tonic, tearing up the alternative scene with chart-topping hits that defined an era. And through it all, Tom's steady support stayed right there behind him. That bond between father and son showed just how powerful family love can be, even in the wild and unpredictable world of Hollywood. After his divorce from Jacqueline Ray, Tom's journey in love took him far from Hollywood, all the way across the Atlantic. Fate had something special waiting for him there. Gilly Joan Mack, a talented British actress and dancer, born in 1957, who would soon become the true leading lady of his life. On August 7, 1987, Tom and Gilly tied the knot, but the way they met feels like something straight out of a movie. While in London for work, Tom decided to catch a performance of the hit musical Cats, one of the biggest shows in the world at the time. The moment he saw Jilly performing on stage, he was completely mesmerized by her charm, grace, and energy. That one magical night turned into a whirlwind romance that nobody saw coming. Even though Tom's fame in America was sky high, and Jilly had her own strong career back in Britain, the two built something rare, a love that was real. Their bond wasn't about fame or cameras. It was about connection, respect, and trust. When they finally married, it was a quiet, private ceremony, a rare move for Hollywood royalty, and proof that Tom valued peace and privacy over headlines. Their relationship wasn't built for publicity, it was built to last. Through the noise of fame and flashing cameras, Tom and Jilly's love stayed solid and unshakable. Together, they welcomed their only child, Hannah Margaret Selleck, on December 16, 1988, a new chapter that would change their world forever. But Hannah didn't fall into the Hollywood trap. Instead of chasing the spotlight, she followed her heart, straight to the stables. Growing up surrounded by open land and horses, she developed a deep love for equestrian sports, and she didn't just treat it like a hobby, she turned it into a career. Hannah rose to become a top-tier competitive equestrian, representing her family with elegance, focus, and fierce determination. Her success showed that the Selleck legacy wasn't just about fame, it was about passion, discipline, and staying true to who you are. Tom Selleck never misses a chance to brag proudly about his daughter Hannah's incredible achievements. He often talks about how much discipline, focus, and strength it takes to succeed in the world of competitive horseback riding. And you can hear the pride in his voice every single time. That same drive that made him a Hollywood icon clearly runs in the family. But here's where Tom truly stands apart from the Hollywood crowd. He walked away from all that noise. Instead of chasing fame or red carpets, Tom and Jilly chose peace, setting up their home in serene Southern California. Their stunning 60-acre avocado ranch in Hidden Valley near Thousand Oaks in Wakely Village is their personal paradise. The land itself even carries a touch of old-school glamour. It once belonged to the legendary Dean Martin. For Tom and Jilly, that ranch was not just a property. It was a sanctuary, a place where they could breathe, stay grounded, and live life on their own terms, far from the flashing lights and non-stop attention of Hollywood. And here's the thing, Tom doesn't just own the ranch, he works it. Avocado groves, dusty roads, open fields, he handles it all himself. In a 2012 interview with People magazine, he shared how working outdoors gave him a sense of satisfaction no gym ever could. He said, "I like to get outside and work on the ranch, from fixing roads to clearing brush," emphasizing how grounding real physical work can be. With his trademark humor, he even laughed and added, "I hate going to the gym. Sweating outdoors sure beats sitting on a stationary bike staring at my navel." That's classic Tom. Humble, funny, and refreshingly real. He even joked that he works cheaper than anyone he could hire, proving his down-to-earth attitude and old-school work ethic are still very much alive. For Tom Selleck, ranch life isn't just about peace. It's about pride, balance, and staying true to his roots.
Tom Selleck's hands-on approach to maintaining his ranch isn't just about keeping busy. It's a reflection of who he truly is. Hard work, simplicity, and staying genuine have always been the cornerstones of his life. For Tom, that 60-acre ranch isn't just a house with a view. It's a way of living. It's his sanctuary, his place to recharge, and his escape from the madness of Hollywood. Life on the ranch with Jilly and Hannah perfectly captures what Tom values most: family, privacy, and authenticity. Away from flashing cameras and gossip headlines, he's built a life rooted in peace and purpose. That quiet stability is exactly why he's managed to keep his career thriving for decades while staying grounded and true to himself. The Selleck ranch life shows that the best kind of fame isn't about constant attention. It's about freedom, the freedom to live life your own way, surrounded by the people and places that matter most. For Tom, that's the ultimate success, and is something very few in show business ever achieve. Now at 80 years old, Tom's reached a point where reflection comes naturally and deeply. After decades of keeping parts of his story private, he's finally opening up about one of the biggest influences in both his life and career, the legendary James Garner. For years, Tom stayed quiet about the depth of his admiration for Garner, worried that no words could ever truly express the respect and gratitude he carried in his heart. But now he's ready to share it. The truth about a friendship that shaped him more than the world ever knew. Now, after decades of wisdom, experience, and reflection, Tom Selleck is finally ready to tell the story straight. No filters, no Hollywood polish. He wants the world to understand the truth about the man he didn't just see as a colleague, but as a mentor, a role model, and above all, a true friend. Tom's admiration for James Garner started long before they ever stood on the same set together. Like millions of Americans, young Tom was glued to the TV in the 1950s, watching Maverick. Garner's effortless charm and natural humor made him stand out in a sea of serious, stone-faced cowboys. He was different, relaxed, witty, and real. Garner could be tough without trying too hard, and funny without losing that cool edge, a rare mix that made audiences fall in love with him instantly. While so many actors back then tried to act larger than life, Garner stayed grounded. He wasn't putting on a show. He was authentic. That sincerity made him magnetic, and Tom felt it from day one. You didn't just watch James Garner. You believed him. Later years, fate gave Tom the chance to move from fan to friend. By the 1980s, already a household name thanks to Magnum P.I., Tom finally got to share the screen with his idol in The Rockford Files, Friends and Foul Play, and a few other projects that would forever connect their names. Working alongside the man he once watched as a kid wasn't just a career milestone. It was a full-circle moment that deeply shaped Tom's outlook on acting, fame, and friendship. Tom Selleck openly admits that before meeting James Garner, he was nervous, really nervous. He looked up to the man for years and worried that the TV legend might turn out cold, distant, or too big for small talk. But the moment they met, all that fear disappeared. Garner instantly put him at ease with his trademark warmth, quick humor, and genuine humility. Jim didn't have a phony bone in his body, Tom once said, and he meant it. Garner treated everyone on set, from the top directors to the boom operators, with the same respect and kindness. Watching that in action taught Tom more about true professionalism than any acting class ever could. But what really stuck with Tom went beyond the craft. It was the wisdom Garner shared in between takes. During those long days on set, Garner became a mentor in every sense, offering advice not just about acting, but about life in Hollywood. He warned him about the traps, fame, ego, and the danger of letting success change who you are. Garner reminded him again and again, no role, no paycheck, no flash of publicity is ever worth losing your integrity. Those words hit deep, and Tom carried them for life. They became his moral compass through decades of fame and pressure. Now at 80 years old, Tom finally admits what he's always felt, a deep sense of gratitude. He knows just how much he owes to James Garner. Watching Jim's career taught him something priceless, that you can be both a respected star and a devoted family man, admired on screen and loved off it. James Garner's steady marriage and grounded life off-camera became a blueprint for the kind of man Tom Selleck wanted to be. Garner's influence wasn't just about acting or success. It ran far deeper. It shaped his values, his sense of balance, and the way he carried himself in a business that often swallows people whole. Tom often credits both James Garner and Lois Clark, Garner's devoted wife, for showing him what a lasting partnership really looks like. Watching them together inspired Tom to build something just as real in his own life, a family that came before fame. That changed everything for him. Even when Tom was sitting at the very top of his career, starring in the wildly popular Magnum P.I., he made a decision few stars would dare to make. He stepped away from the spotlight. Why? Because he wanted to spend more time with Jilly and Hannah on their peaceful California ranch. That wasn't about slowing down. It was about living right. It was a life lesson straight from Garner. Love, stability, and family always come first, no matter how bright the lights get. Looking back now, Tom doesn't hold back when talking about what that friendship meant to him. The bond he shared with James Garner wasn't built on fame or convenience. It was built on respect, laughter, and genuine understanding. Garner knew the pressure of being the face of a hit show, the grind, the expectations, and the personal toll that came with it. And through every challenge, he offered Tom priceless perspective, reminding him to stay humble, stay kind, and never forget what really matters when the camera's.
Jim Garner had a special gift. He could cut through even the toughest moments with a story, a smile, or a perfectly timed laugh. Tom Selleck remembers how Jim had this rare ability to make you believe everything was going to be all right, even when the pressure felt unbearable. That kind of presence wasn't just comforting,
it was life-changing. It shaped the way Tom handled fame, work, and even family, teaching him that calm, kindness, and humor are real strength. As Tom reflects on his own incredible legacy, he's honest. He knows a huge part of who he became can't be separated from James Garner's influence. Jim wasn't just a mentor, he was a mirror, showing Tom exactly what kind of actor, friend, and man he aspired to be. Garner's mix of generosity, wit, and heart left a mark that will never fade. It became a guide for Tom's entire journey, both on and off screen. Now, at 80 years old, Tom has no hesitation in admitting just how deep that gratitude runs. "I owe him more than I can ever repay," Tom confessed. "The truth is, James Garner set the standard for everything I tried to be. And even now, I'm still trying to live up to it." And that says it all. One legend inspired another, and that bond still echoes through Hollywood history. If this story moved you, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button, share it with someone who loves classic Hollywood, and don't forget to subscribe to Velvet Screen Secrets for more powerful untold stories from the Golden Age that deserve to be remembered.